Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to understand one of the most important concept of human physiology and very important topic for NEET. Oxygen dissociation curve. We will try to understand why myoglobin has hyperbolic curve. What is a curve for the fetal hemoglobin? What is the curve for the adult hemoglobin? What is P₅₀ and why the curve shift to left or curve shift to right? So we will try to cover all the concepts so that you will never do any mistake in the NEET related questions. Now first of all, what is oxygen dissociation curve? Now see here, you are finding on the x-axis what is present? It is present a partial pressure of oxygen, and on the y-axis is present percent saturation of oxygen. How much percentage of hemoglobin is saturation with oxygen? Basically a percentage saturation of oxygen binding protein means hemoglobin, or it will tell at what partial pressure the hemoglobin or myoglobin or fetal hemoglobin will be 50% saturated. We know when oxygen concentration increases, saturation also increases. Some will bind with the oxygen very tightly, some will little easily, and some will change the curve right and left with respect to the partial pressure of oxygen. Now we will focus on P₅₀ concept. You know this is P₅₀ means it is 50% saturated, and if you see this is for myoglobin. Myoglobin curve is getting 50% saturated at partial pressure of 2 to 3 mmHg. It means the more partial pressure 50 is less. If partial pressure 50 is less, it means it is having very high oxygen affinity. Is it clear? If it is becoming saturated 50% at very low partial pressure of oxygen, it means it has got very high affinity for oxygen. Then this is your fetal hemoglobin. This is for the fetal hemoglobin, which is showing P₅₀ at partial pressure of 19 to 20 mmHg. And this is adult hemoglobin, which is showing the partial pressure at the P₅₀ value at the partial pressure 26 to 27 mmHg. Now if you see, start with the myoglobin. See, first of all, myoglobin, if you know, it is present inside the skeletal muscles and cardiac muscles. Its main function is oxygen storage. Clear? And myoglobin is monomer. It is monomer. It is not tetramer, just like adult or fetal hemoglobin, which are tetramer. Myoglobin is monomer. It has only one polypeptide chain and it will have only one heme group. So there is no cooperative binding will be there. No one oxygen molecule binding will not influence the another binding site. So immediately what we will find the curve is here is hyperbolic curve. It is hyperbolic curve for the myoglobin. Is it clear? It binds very easily and very tightly it will bind it. Now come to the adult hemoglobin. Adult hemoglobin has got 2 alpha chain and 2 beta chain. Here what happened, because of this it is having 4 heme group and each heme group has to bind with the oxygen molecule, and you know here they show cooperative binding. They show cooperative binding. Cooperative binding video you can check it. It is already there. What is cooperative binding? You can please check it. So it is showing cooperative binding. Clear? And finally it is getting which curve? It is getting sigmoid curve. Sigmoid curve it is getting, and its work is for the oxygen transport. Come to the fetal hemoglobin. It is structurally little different. It is having 2 alpha but not 2 beta. It is having 2 gamma. So instead of 2 beta chain, it is having 2 gamma chain, and because of this gamma chain it binds with BPG very weakly. The BPG binding is very weak. Because of BPG it will not get dissociate. Dissociation will not be there. Generally what happened, BPG here in case of adult hemoglobin, it decreases the affinity. BPG increases, affinity decreases, but for fetal hemoglobin it is not producing much effect. So as a result what will happen, the curve will shift to the left. Here the curve will shift to the left and here the curve will shift to the right. Clear? So if you see carefully, in case of myoglobin, it is monomer, it binds with only one oxygen, there is no cooperativity working is going on, and it is having very, very high affinity for oxygen. This is for the adult hemoglobin. It is having 2 alpha 2 beta. It is showing positive cooperative binding. One binding of oxygen bring the conformational change so that other can easily bind. And as a result, this is the way how the curve will be coming, sigmoid curve. Now, why the curve? If you see here, fetal hemoglobin is having 2 gamma. Right now we focus it is having 2 gamma, not 2 beta. Okay, because of which it is having low affinity for 2,3 BPG. And what is the effect? The entire curve is left shifted because it is having high affinity for oxygen than maternal blood. So at the placenta, please focus at the placenta, the maternal hemoglobin means adult hemoglobin will release oxygen while fetal hemoglobin will bind on it. Now understand what is left shift and what is right shift. Left shift means if the curve is shifting to the left side means it is having high oxygen affinity. High oxygen affinity if it is shifting to the left side. Is it clear? And if it is shifting to the right side means it is having low oxygen affinity. So curve is shifting to the left in case of the fetal hemoglobin because of the decreased 2,3 BPG effect is not there much. It is shown by fetal hemoglobin, clear, and pH is high. pH is high. The pH is high means proton is less, temperature is less, and carbon dioxide partial pressure is also less. So in these conditions, the curve will shift to the left. Curve shift to left. And this is the main for the fetus, okay, fetus hemoglobin. If it is shifting to the right, it means affinity is decreasing, and affinity is decreasing when temperature increases, proton increases means pH decrease, carbon dioxide increase, and increase BPG also. So this is the way you can learn it when the curve shift to left and when the curve shift to right. So finally, if you see the conclusion, high partial, this P50 saturation value, if you please focus carefully, if low P50 is low, it means it is having very high oxygen affinity, which is very high for the myoglobin. P50 value is only 2 to 3 partial pressure it is achieving. Fetal hemoglobin at 19 to 20 it is achieving, and adult hemoglobin 26 to 27. So I hope so this video might be helpful for you to understand what is the sigmoid curve, what is hyperbolic curve, and what is a curve for the fetal hemoglobin. Just if you want to review once again, please review it. Clear? And check the videos very properly. Once again, just let me just give you the quick revision. Hyperbolic for the myoglobin, sigmoid is for the fetal, and for adult also it is sigmoid only. I hope so this video might be helpful for you. Thanks for watching.